The John Lynch press conference just kind of wrapped up, and I think there's a lot that was said and perhaps wasn't said that is going to bring a whole lot to this conversation that we've been having about Deebo, about Jimmy Garoppolo, about Mike McGlinchey, about Alex Mack, and even about Nick Bosa. So we've got a whole lot to kind of dive into here, but the things to take away, probably the chief number one thing to take away as we jump into this. And we've got these clips. I want to say thank you to the ever amazing Juan Solis, as always, for cutting stuff up and getting stuff up. John Lynch, he started this press conference out by basically saying, look, I'm not going to talk about Deebo. We're not going to talk about Deebo. We're not going to get into specifics. I believe he said we're not going to get into the particulars about 5 times. I jokingly put out there the next time Miss Chapman wants to have a disagreement with me, I'm just going to respond with, I'm sorry, I just can't get into the particulars of that at this given time, and see how that goes. I'm sure it would go well. I think everybody would really, really like that. I'm joking. But the number one thing that I want to take away, this is a very, very short 5-second clip. And I think that this hits home. This is the number one thing that I took away. It's all about Deebo and the trade and all those things. Here is John Lynch. It's 5 seconds. I might play it more than once just so everybody can have it ringing true in your ears throughout the day.
I can't ever imagine, wanting to move on from Deebo. You put yourself.
That's it. I can't even imagine wanting to move on from Deebo. It doesn't make sense. And we've seen this kind of come out through, Rappaport and lots of other big time, media people that said, hey, it's going to take 2 firsts. Is the team going to offer 2 firsts for Deebo? I don't know. I really don't think so. And so, again, it kind of goes back to that idea. Deebo's going to be here, man. And, this has been one of the things that I've been pretty steadfast on. I know that it got rocky a couple times, but, I put this tweet out there whenever everything was at its worst. This was April 22nd, which, 3 days ago, whenever all this stuff, just a reminder, Deebo will be on the 49ers for a long time coming. And I got a lot of flack for it. And I still kept getting flack for it. My email's like, no, you got to trade this guy. You got to move on from this guy. We can't. He's going to be a locker room issue. No freaking way, man. I just don't buy into those narratives. And as players, they don't buy into them either. It just doesn't happen. Listen to Mike McGlinchey, which this is a whole nother subset of issues that I'd like to dive into. Mike McGlinchey spoke after John Lynch, and boy, did he look good. I think it was important that they wanted to show the entire, 49ers fan base, this is your right tackle. He looked good. And Mike McGlinchey's always really, really good behind the mic. So this is McGlinchey whenever he's asked, man, how do you take this whole Deebo situation? This is a little bit longer clip, but here's what I want you to be listening for and listening to. This is how players approach all these negotiations, because that's what they are. They're negotiations. Listen to Mike McGlinchey on Deebo.
Well, I don't think there's much conversation with it at all. That Deebo's business is his business. It's never something that players get into talking about other than congratulations after contract negotiations happen. I think any player in our locker room and any player across the league will tell you, do whatever you need to do. It's your livelihood. It's your family that you need to take care of. And so guys will never, ever speak to that. It's none of our business. But it's not a secret of what Deebo means to our football team. He's one of our best players, if not our best player. And he deserves everything that's coming his way. But obviously it's between those guys and for them to figure it out. So we want him here. Obviously all the players want him here. Everybody feels the same way. He's a teammate. He's a brother. He's somebody that we've competed hard with for me over 3 years now. But again, that's none of our business.
It's so simple. And I get that, the fans, we want to turn everything into, a drama reality TV show. Oh, we can't get along. That's not how it works in locker rooms. It's camaraderie. These guys have fought and bled together and trained together. They want Deebo to be successful. That's what it is. What's up, Chris? He says, let's go, John. Watching from work. Yeah, I have the day off today, which, Armenian genocide took place. I teach at Armenian school. Some people know that. So just want to, just draw some attention to that. I'm taking the day to kind of prepare for the draft, which is my other job, but it is very, very important as well, just to bring, increased awareness to this issue, to what happened to the Armenian people over 100 years ago. And just so I want to shed some light on that for everybody else that's at work. Do want to say thank you for tuning in. Hopefully your bosses don't catch you, or you have good bosses that don't care. Anyway, back to the McGlinchey thing. I call this the Baker Mayfield rule. I despise Baker Mayfield for so many reasons. Just one, I just don't like him. I love the way he plays on the field. That is incredible. But if you remember, Baker was like in his rookie year, and I think it was Duke Johnson was trying to get paid some more money, and Baker kept throwing him under the bus to the press and to the team. And it's just like, dude, you don't do that. You don't do that, especially as a rookie, whenever you're getting paid all that money. Anyway, that's not what NFL players do. They want them to go get paid. There's not going to be one. Here's where the 49ers locker room would be pissed off with Deebo, is if he leaves. That's what will piss them off. I guarantee you right now, every single player on the 49ers roster, maybe a couple of wide receivers that are behind him, maybe, and that's even a maybe then, but nobody wants Deebo gone in the locker room. There's no NFL player that's like, he took down those Instagram posts. I don't want him in my locker room. Like, do you even like, I'm kind of being, I'm joking about this, but it's what it is. Like it's comical. And I get, there's people selling that stuff out there, and it gets clicks. Oh, the point of no return. Deebo can't come back now. Oh, the 49ers fans, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Deebo is here to stay. And the only way that he goes is if the 49ers get an offer they cannot refuse. I don't see that happening. Just want to say thanks for watching and supporting the 49ers Rush podcast channel. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do so in the middle of the screen now. And here are a few extra videos if you want to check that out for some more 49ers content. Just want to say thank you. And as always, stay strong, faithful.